And Super Ass was actually a guy that helped train me in Tijuana, and he was one of the best high-flying wrestlers. He's the guy that Rey Mysterio got the 619 from, and he was like he was this little short guy, probably maybe even shorter than Rey, bro. And he was a little tank like Taz, but he could fly. Okay, and Pillman was asking me about him, and I'll never forget it that we were doing like these Mexican moves in the ring, and Luger was like in an effeminate voice. He goes, "Oh my God, do we have to start flying around now?" And Pillman goes, "Don't." He goes, "This is the first I'd ever been there." And he goes, "Don't listen to him. He's just a dick, you know."
They're in the car.
And then Pillman,
the pink boots.
They're
in the car.
Remember when? Do you remember this, Jeff? When he left, when he left WCW and they did that work thing where everybody thought it was a shoot, and Glenn actually didn't. But do you remember about that or no?
I respect you, Booker Man.
I'm not sure.
Okay, could you tell him about the DI?
What happened? Bro, that was amazing.
Yeah, remember when he was he was supposedly a free agent in WCW, and he was doing the thing where he was going to be going. He actually worked it into a shoot. Where he actually went to WWE, but he was like working.
He went to ECW first.
Leila
and the way he got that to happen
Betita, say
was
cheese.
they wanted to do an angle like he was on the outs with management in WCW, and he's like, "Well, we got to work everybody. You can't have the legal department thinking it's a work. So have the legal department draw papers and release me from my contract so that everyone thinks it's real." So they released him from his contract that he signed with WWE.
Bro, how tremendous is that? So let me tell you, man. Let me tell you what he did. So he called me, and he was supposed to go to. He still hadn't decided where he was going. And check this out. So he calls me and he goes, "Hey Conan, I want to come down to Mexico because at that time I was helping book AAA, and because I want to come down to Mexico." I go, "Bro, I don't think we can afford you." And listen to what he told me. He goes, "I don't care. I want to prove to everybody that I can work on top." Wow. Yeah.
He bet on himself.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And he did real well. It's like he was a nut, bro. I mean, like when I was hanging out, we'd go down to Florida and we tape. Jeff, I don't know if you know this, but the WCW guys, we'd go to Orlando for 7 to 10 days at a time and tape 3 months worth of TV, 4 tapings a day of the syndicates, right?
Was that when that was the round spin?
Leila.
Spin?
Yes. So and we would tape fascinating with Piper, okay? And this is when he was starting to do his crazy stuff and everything. And Pillman would sit there, we'd watch it he would, "Hey, can I borrow these?" And he would take 3 or 4 tapes of Piper and just watch Piper all day in his room. Bro, the funniest thing is I'd go to his because when I went there I'd want the tapes, but the VCR back to go watch it back in Cannon's room, right? So I go knock on his door, and we've been down there for 2 days out of the 10 days, right? I knock on his door, and he had the suites that we were staying in down there. Bro, I opened the door. It looked like literally like a hurricane. If you open the door and a hurricane had blown into the room and blown everything all over the place. I'm telling you, it looked like just like somebody had ransacked the place, and it looked like he had 10, 15 people over there that had been there and had a party and just taken everything and thrown it and gone crazy in there. And I was like, what? How on earth did this guy just do this to this room in 2 days? Stuff like that. He was just like a nut.
I never knew Pillman was a fan of Roddy Piper. That amazes me. That's awesome.
But and how cool is that? He liked Lucha. He liked Roddy Piper. Just super cool dude, man.
And again,